Hello, my friends. My name is Pichel, and I want to welcome you back to the edition of Miami Review. In this program or show, we want you to see how our nation, and in fact, our government, have become either incompetent, non-caring, or just stealing our tax dollars. And we have to put an end to that. Here's my friend Nelson Corral. Nelson,
Frank.
welcome back to our show.
Thank you.
He has 47 years of law enforcement.
No, 43.
I'm sorry?
43.
We'll give you 4 more. So, we want to talk today about an article that came out yesterday on Dr. Fentner, who they call the sugar tooth doctor. Okay? Yeah, I know. I mean, our government has become so corrupt and uncaring that they just blatantly do things which are illegal, but how can the government prosecute itself?
It's very difficult because they protect themselves.
Right. So, where does this lead us? According to the article, this Dr. Fentner was basically laundering money, receiving grants, and if you see the list of the grants he received, you'll see that very few of those dollars went to help anyone except themselves. Now, the curious thing about this is that Fentner was found guilty of multiple counts. However, he had an ace in his pants, which was given to him by Fernandez Rondo, our state attorney.
Why am I not surprised?
No one is. At the last second, he brings out some kind of memo or documentation that he was given immunity for any crime he commits. We should pass
Isn't that
out
something? Immunity. Of course.
exactly,
Of course.
and that's what they use to hang over people's heads, to hand up other people, to cover up their stuff. It's like that old saying, honor amongst thieves.
Yeah.
And it's it's disgusting because we vote these people in, and then they don't want to leave because they all become power hungry, their egos is inflated, and then the money is so easy to take because basically they're using our tax dollars for their own benefits. And benefits mean putting it in their pockets. So,
This guy gets away with everything. Nothing's going to happen to him.
yeah, that's true.
Because he had immunity.
According to the article, he can't be touched because he was giving the certification by Fernandez Rondo, and that's all he needs. So, and of course, if somebody tries to indict him or arrest him or whatever, the monies that they use is the money of tax dollars is being used to protect people like Dr. Fentner and Fernandez Rondo. She does whatever she wants, and nobody can tell her what to do. Now, the thing is that in government, there's always going to be corruption since the earliest times of humanity. However, how many people, Nelson, have died protecting that so-called freedom in wars?
More than they should have.
In Civil War, and then now it's like there's a little fire over here in the Middle East. They send SEAL team in and turn it off.
I know.
See, what gets me upset the most is that the people that did the investigation just regular state attorneys, and of course they have sworn police officers as investigators as well. Well, the only thing they investigate is what they want you to hear. And then you write it up real nice on the paper, and put it on a newspaper, and you're good to go. So, I remember the book.
And what happens to all the money that he took? He gets to keep it?
Apparently so. Apparently so.
See, that's wrong.
Well,
Because if you give him immunity, that's okay. It means he doesn't go to jail. It's not really okay, but that's one thing. But they should force him to give back the money that he took, that it was given to him.
and there's federal laws that says just that. But nobody enforces it because, wow, if you arrest this guy, he's going to hand up half of us or more. I want to get to what the investigator from, I believe it was Louisiana, or no, sorry, from Tallahassee, says, by failing to make or preserve the records of what immunity was provided, the state attorney's office appears to have provided Fertner with a quasi de facto blanket of immunity. Because there is no way to know the other bounds of what he testified about between the missing immunity testimony and Assistant State Attorney Spickluck email. I am sure you understand why my client will forever question how the justice system works in this case. They are, however, demanding and will give up. So basically, Fernando Rondo at it again, protecting anybody that's politically connected, protecting, crooked cops that, rape little girls in the police car, in the police station. I mean, that's unheard of.
I know. That is really bad. Really sad.
It is. And that's why we're here on the show. Because we want to educate and inform everybody that before you punch that number, or you color in that number of the candidate, think about what kind of power are you handing over to basically a liar, a criminal, an embezzler, because we get elected to any post. Immediately, they bring you into a circle, and it's like you owe them loyalty. Instead of saying, no, I won't do that, they say, okay. And the sovereign immunity is one of the biggest problems we have in order to arrest, detain, or demanding restitution. And that never happens. That never happens.
That's true.
So, we have to continue going forward and never giving up, never surrendering. Our nation is at a critical pivot, and we don't want it to pivot. We want an even keel. Even keel means, in my interpretation, is that everyone is to be held accountable for whatever crimes they did.
Correct.
Equally. Because
I agree.
The Constitution says the law should be applied equally upon any perpetrator. May it be the poorest homeless person to the state attorney and whatever judges were involved. However, we have missed that opportunity to make history and to protect ourselves. The slap in the face is that they know nothing's going to happen to them, no one's going to prosecute them, and they do what they want, they do as they please, and nobody holds them accountable. Every day more and more, you hear and see public officials, police officers. It's incredible. It's incredible. Right now, there's an article that just came out from Broward Sheriff's Office where they did an investigation against between 50 and 70 cops or civilian employees. So this was a real mob that they created inside the sheriff's office to protect themselves. And I'm sure that, you know, they all got a piece of whatever they did, and it's a substantial amount of money. But again, that's our money. That's our money. Where do we have a say about how all these idiots protect our rights and our dollars, which are being grossly mishandled?
You're right about that, and it's just going to get worse, Frank. It's going to get worse before it gets even any better, if it ever does.
Well, Nelson, you know what? You and I are both retired, okay? I still work with my companies, but somebody's got to do this. And if it falls on us, then, you know, that's what God meant it to be, but somebody has to start the open transparency with the Justice Department and our local government. Because every single day you hear about Commissioner this, Mayor that, is either getting indicted, under investigation, but they still go on doing the same thing because they know that, you know, somebody has their back. It's like, you know, a blatant criminal. I don't care what's going to happen to me. They can sue me. We'll pay them off if we pay them off. We're your own money.
Our money.
Exactly, our money. And every day or every month or every year, whatever, taxes go up, property value taxes go up, and there's no results. Every administration says and promises that, oh, we're going to link into this, and we want to get rid of criminal activity, but that never happens. State attorney after state attorney, police chief after police chief or sheriff, they all make the same promises because that's what they think that you all out there want to hear. The reality is that that's not what we want to hear. What we want to hear is, what are you going to do to stop all this corruption?
That's correct. What are you going to do?
Yeah, but...
And actually do it. Don't say, do it.
I was just going to make that point. You're right. Don't say, do it. Okay? However, unless we, the people, are fed up or willing to take this challenge, it's the only way that we're going to get rid of this totally corrupt law enforcement that we have in the state of Florida.
I hope it does.
You know, that's what we're here to make sure that, please, you know, don't take a bribe for $50, $100, $250 for your vote. You're giving away partially your liberty and giving these people carte blanche to go anywhere and spend our money no matter what. And nobody holds them accountable. So we're living in a world of illusions, obviously, but you know what? I don't like magic tricks. I want results. I think I'm speaking for everybody out there. We want results. And as soon as they get into office, they change completely. Because they want to be part of the team that they think is going to make them rich.
Yep.
And hopefully the governor is Governor DeSantis, is paying attention to all this stuff, even though I'm sure he's kept abreast of whatever they're doing and whatever investigation they're doing. However, it takes forever.
Yeah, and it's not, like I said, it's not gonna get any better.
It isn't. So, leading into this, since we brought in the Broward County Sheriff's Department, the article reads that between 50 and 70 deputies and civilian employees are being indicted.
That's a lot of people.
That's going to be at least a third of the department, because, and this went through a grand jury, so it wasn't like, oh, they're picking on this group or that group. The indictment was issued by the panel.
It's a grand jury indictment.
The grand jury, I'm sorry, thank you. The grand jury indictment, and you know that a lot of them are going to talk.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so
50 to 70 is gonna turn into 100.
or 150. And this is all being done on our dime. Our money is being misused, mismanaged, and used for fraud of all kinds. We have to stop this. Because later on, they say, oh, I should have done this, I should have done that. Well, but the time of should have is here now. All right? Here and now. And we want to end by inviting you all to comment and make sure that you're best of everything, and the people have to take their jobs back. And their jobs being every elected official, every police officer out there has to perform within the guidelines of the law.
Oh, we certainly did for many years.
Yeah, you and I did, and it cost us a lot of problems because nobody wants to make the department look bad. Well, the department looks bad because we're paying millions of dollars every year based on lawsuits against, let's use my police department, because of a whole scope of things, and nobody does anything about it. Now, City of Miami Commission refuses to invite an independent auditor and prosecutor to investigate the shenanigans of the wasteful use of our money, our tax dollars. Now, they're traveling around the world, going to fancy hotels, and what do we get out of that?
There's nothing in it for us.
And then why would anybody here in office spend millions of our dollars to travel around the planet and get nothing in return? And who authorized them to use our money? The problem is that they are pretending to be self-governed, and the rules do not apply to them.
I agree. They're immune to everything. They can do whatever they want.
Precisely.
But we vote them in to office. So it's our responsibility to vote and make sure that we vote correctly and think about who we're voting, because that's what's going to happen. And we have the right and the power to vote them out of office.
Precisely. That's why I emphasize, folks, do not sell your votes. Okay? Do not sell your votes. Vote honestly with your conscience on your mind, and if you do that, we could put an end to this problem immediately. Look at the trillions of dollars, or well, let's say hundreds of millions of dollars that Mr. Trump is spending to defend his case which all of them are erroneous, just because they don't want him in power to tell the truth.
You're right.
So, as law enforcement people, our first and foremost duty is to make sure that you follow your duties. And
That's correct.
realize that you're a public employee, a public servant, but it's gone now to the point where they've militarized our police officers and they use them for their own gain. And they don't pay taxes on that in form as a gratuity. They love going to restaurants and not paying a bill, not one single penny. And this is the reason why we have to have term limits for the state attorney position. 4 and then 4, maybe after that, because absolute power corrupts, absolutely. And Fernandez Rondo is the biggest perpetrator in these unholy things.
Unfortunately, yes, she is. And she's been there for years, and she'll continue to be there for years because everybody knows her by name already, who she is. So when the ballot comes out, they automatically vote for her.
Right, correct. However, the important thing is that we can vote her out come next election.
And we should.
And yes, we should. For our safety, our financial futures, have to get rid of all these dirty politicians that don't care about you or your family or your dog or your cat. They only care about one thing: how much can I embezzle? Anyway, we're going to cut here, and we'll be back on our next segment of Miami Review. God bless you, and God bless America.